WordPress is slow and it makes your website load slower. It is so high in file size. Well, this is not the first time you might be hearing this. And a lot of my clients have been complaining this to me that whenever they are going to make a website, their software engineer says that the WordPress is slow, they should go with custom development and all so many things about it, right? And I understand all of their point of view, and this is the video medium I want to discuss with them that what's up? Do you think WordPress is slow? And do you think that there is a better option out there for a small medium business which can actually solve this problem? Well, let's discuss in this video. WordPress versus custom development. I'm Rana Jayant and I have driven 50 million plus traffic and most of it is on WordPress CMS. All right, let's get started. So the very first part comes is development. Whenever you are going to make a website, you have to do the development. And if you want to do the development, then you need to have a big budget if you are talking about custom development. The same software engineer who said that WordPress is slow, go ahead and ask him that how much time will it take for him to design a 5-page responsive website and how much would it cost to you, right? If you go ahead and ask, I'm sure that if you're in the US, it is going to be costing you more than $1,000. And if you are somewhere in the Asia, then it is going to cost you definitely more than $1,000, which is quite expensive. But if you talk about WordPress, then WordPress is quite simple and you may get a website just for 100 or 200 bucks. Now, as we are talking about development, how much time would it take for him to create custom responsive website? Well, it will take him at least 30 days to complete 5 pages with responsiveness. If he uses a template, good. It can be done faster, but not faster as WordPress because WordPress has plethora of templates and systems available. All right, that's one thing. Second is when you're going with WordPress ecosystem for development, there is a big plugin community, theme community, as well as template community out there from where you can get resources for as less as $6 or $5. And if you are going with a custom React kind of system or HTML or Angular JS, in that case, you have way smaller community and it is complex to do changes there. If you change your requirement while the development is happening, the custom one is going to cost you way more. So for example, if a website is costing you around $5,000 with custom development, and if you want to make changes, you may end up paying him another $3,000. But in case of WordPress, you may end up paying just 200-300 bucks because that is what it costs. The reason why it is expensive because it requires a proper software developer who actually codes to do changes on the custom website. But for WordPress, there is a drag and drop community out there. Let's go to content. Now, when the website is developed, then of course you want to have content on that. The content will be text, images, videos, and sometimes some custom tools like calculator and other stuff, right? Doing it on WordPress is actually way easier and you can get it done in just a couple of hours. Let's say you want to do a page, you can get it done in 2 to 3 hours. If your designer is faster and if you're faster and you have a little bit of experience, you may just end up doing in 20 to 30 minutes. But when you have to do a web page or a landing page with your custom solution, then in that case, it is going to take at least a week because first, they will have to code the whole structure, then they will have to place the content, then they will have to check the responsiveness, and then they will have to do a lot of manual SEO optimization, which requires software engineer. Now, again, the same topic comes that if you want to do any kind of changes on a WordPress website, you don't need a software engineer. You just need a person who knows enough design. But if you are talking about custom website, then in that case, you need the same programmer, which is going to cost you maybe $50 per hour or maybe $100 per hour because this is a small work. Now, it is again expensive here. And if you take it a little bit further, let's say that you want to do A/B testing because when you design your website, you put your content, you market it. You market it on Google, you market it on Facebook, you market through many different mediums. Now, while the marketing happens, there is something called A/B testing, where you design 2 kind of landing pages and then you send equal amount of traffic on both of them and then you find out which one is performing better. Now, if you want to do A/B testing on a custom application, then it is going to again cost you a lot more. But if you want to do this on WordPress, again, the same drag and drop builder or the person will be able to do those customization and he will be able to get you things done at quite affordable rate. Now, this is the general scenario. Let's say there are also some rare cases where you want to get the custom landing page optimization done by an external consultant or someone who is very, very experienced in this. Now, again, the same question repeats here that, if you want to find A/B testing guy who knows software development, it is very, very rare to find out. But if you want to find out A/B testing person who actually knows WordPress, it is way easier. And there are many page builders that are available. You have Elementor, you have Oxygen, you have WP Bakery, and you have many other plugins that are available through which you'll be able to build a landing page. So it is easier to do with that. We have talked about number 2 point, which is content and its general thing. Now let's talk about SEO. Earlier we discussed about SEO a little bit, but let's go in depth in this case. If you want to do SEO on a custom web application, you need to find one SEO and you need to have that web developer to do changes. Let us say that you want to change the title and meta description. You need to have the developer who actually knows coding, and after coding is done, he will create a build and then it will be deployed again on the server. But in case of WordPress, users need the same drag and drop person or an SEO who actually knows plugins like Yoast or Rank Math, or there are many plugins out there which can be used for doing these changes. But if you want to do with the custom development, again, it is going to cost you the developer plus the SEO. And this combination is actually very, very expensive. In many cases, it may go $120 per hour and beyond. So be careful on what you are choosing. Now you have done the basic SEO, which is like, putting the keywords in your web page, then putting the title, and then you also need to do schema markup, which comes under advanced SEO. Now, if you want to do that again and you want to do A/B test, again, you need to find the same guy, and the process will be like he has to do the changes. Again, the build will be created and then it will be deployed on the server. It's a long process, but in case of WordPress, you just edit the page, update it. Now you have 2 versions, right? So all of this actually becomes quite simpler when you are using WordPress. So these are the benefits, right? And in terms of SEO, I'm not sure if you know about it, but the content team and SEO teams work very, very harder to do A/B tests on SEO as well. The CTR is impacted by what you have written in the title, description, and your schema. Now, if it is not visible, debugging it will be easier with WordPress because there is already an existing ecosystem which is available. But if you are going again with React and custom development, you have to have that. So far, if you see on just these 3 points, you must have found out that custom development is way more expensive, and the goal that, hey, this is faster is actually becoming very, very a vague argument here, because a fast website will not help you alone. You will have to have all these things in the system. And remember that you are a small medium business. You cannot afford to hire these many engineers, SEOs, content separately to work on your project, and they will be pissed by the end of the project or maybe in the middle of the project because you have so many changes. So let's go. These are not just 3 points. Let's go further. Now, number 4 is tech management. Tech management, what does it mean? Well, generally, when a website is built, it is built on existing softwares. It might be operating system, it might be any application on the top of operating system, something like control panel. And then on the top of that, you'll have a CMS or some kind of framework, right? Because WordPress is a strong ecosystem, you'll be able to find out that WordPress updates are way cheaper. And if you can spend a little bit of time, maybe just 15 minutes, you can learn how to update the plugins. But if you want to update the packages and plugins and NPMs, in the custom development, you need to have a developer once again. And every time you hire a developer, it is going to be expensive and it is complex. Now, if you talk about the duration which takes on tech management, you can update a plugin in less than 30 seconds. But if you are talking about changing an NPM in the custom development, anything that has to do with the front end, it will take more time because the person will have to pull the code. He will have to understand again, because it is not visual. He will have to understand the component, that which component is being pulled from where, and then he will have to make the changes. Along with that, if there is any crazy changes in the framework like React, then he will have to change the complete framework. If you don't understand this, try to talk with a website developer who has worked on MounStack, MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. Try to ask them that how much time will it take you to change this right? And he will say you that, okay, it depends. And then you say that, okay, the website was developed like 1 year ago. How much time will it take? And he'll say that, okay, there might be a lot of NPM that might have changed. Maybe React framework has changed and you have to change the whole stuff. So it becomes quite expensive if you are a small, medium business owner, but it is affordable when you go with WordPress because it is cheaper, right? Now let's talk about content management. At certain festival, let's say Christmas, you want to create a new landing page, right? You want to create a new landing page where you want to push new offers and push good amount of traffic so that you can actually make the sale and you can increase your revenue. Now, again, you'll have to pull a software developer to create a new Christmas landing page for you. But in case of this, just pull your general developer, which might be costing you just $30, $35, or you can find even cheaper. You will be able to do this stuff at quite affordable rate. You can complete a landing page in less than 3 to 4 hours. But if you are talking about React.js being a landing page, it is going to take at least 3 to 5 days if they are working very, very hard. If they are working slow, then in that case, it is going to take even months. And yes, this is a real issue. You can talk with your developer friend or someone whom you know who is a software developer, and you can ask about this stuff, because with this they have to do the whole design, then they have to structure it, then they have to do the content, then they have to do the API integration and all of this stuff. But in case of WordPress, if you are using a landing page like Elementor, then you just need to drag and drop the components, you need to change the content, and then the by default API integration is available. You can connect with MailChimp, you can connect with your custom API, webhook, whatever you want. So the drag and drop is way faster in all these cases. So that is content management. Again, WordPress wins here. Now, let's talk about cost again. Now, if you see the overall management of the web application versus custom application management, the custom application management will end up costing you at least $40,000 per year if you keep at least one software engineer who is average and low paid, because most of the software engineers actually earn way more than 120k if they have 2 to 3 years of experience. But if you have someone who is working in WordPress, you'll be able to find them just for $35,000 or $40,000. And if you can't find, just give a mail to us. We have so many of them. So what I'm trying to say is, you as a business owner who is likely a small medium business owner should be conservative and save your money, because you don't know what comes next. You can use that money for marketing, you can use that money for content, you can use that money for doing more promotion. But if you fall in the gap of custom software development, this is going to be very, very expensive for you. Your friend who is a CTO of a company, or your friend who is a software engineer, will continue to say that this is fast, but this is not the most suitable option for you, because it comes with a lot of expenses which you cannot bear right now as a small medium business. So is custom software bad at all? No, it's not bad. If you're someone like Twitter, LinkedIn, or someone who has a huge application, Envato Elements, or like, Theme Forest, who has a big application, right? You have millions of dollars in your pocket and you want that to be happening, then in that case you can go and choose. But if you are a small medium owner, then you should stick with CMS like WordPress. You also have alternates like Shopify. You also have many other alternates, and you can use that and you can get your work done. So you as a business owner, what do you think? What's more important to you? Getting the work done, or spending a lot of money, remaining stuck in this and paying a lot of money on the tech people as well as the whole management? Let me know your thoughts. How are you going to calculate this after watching this video? That how much is it going to cost you? Well, you'll have to do a lot of paperwork. I have tried making it even more simpler with my developers. I have created a custom calculator through which you'll be able to compare what it costs for WordPress and what it will cost you for the development, right? You can simply input your data, and it will take the average rate from the market, and you'll be able to get even more information on what you should be choosing. All right. So go ahead, check it out, and give your feedback if there is any improvement that can be done on them. Okay. All right. See you in the next one.